We had this GD round around 8 in the evening. The shortlisting came at night around 10:30 and we were like really excited. Like finally we got selected. There were around 50 students who participated in the first round and around 25 students got selected for the second round.
So personally, I don't find merit in the fact that Placecom members get the highest packages. You already met Kakuli. She is our placement topper and she is not a part of Placecom. One thing unique about this year's placements is our median CTC stands higher than the average. It is 13 lakhs per annum.
So hi, my name is Kakoli Jain. I belong to Ganj Basuda, Madhya Pradesh. I have done my undergraduation, that is BCom Honors, specialized in banking, financial services and insurance from Nirma University, Ahmedabad. I had some inclination towards insurance domain. So I started reading about how exactly insurance industry works and why it is important. And as we know, during the times of COVID-19, while every other industry was struggling during the times of COVID, insurance was one of the industries which had shown some positive growth also. So which is why I chose insurance as a career for my future.
I was born and brought up in Maharashtra, completed my graduation in mechanical engineering from Pune, and thereafter I had a 2-year stint at UPSC preparations, following which I decided to pursue a different career, and that's how I became an MBA aspirant and then got into National Insurance Academy.
So basically, there's a misconception of the term insurance has been prevailed in India. The reason because people look at insurance not not as a safety measures, but they are just thinking that this is an investment and they are looking for the return sort of thing. And secondly, that the traditional way of running this insurance business, that is still having this manual data entry system and all, approaching the channels which are being used for selling of the insurance product is still, I think, been a very traditional way. So that has got a lot of impact on this growth of this insurance sector.
So before I decided to get into NI, I was just going through and researching about the insurance industry per se, and then I realized that this is a sunrise sector and which is continuously growing. It has a CAGR of around 15 to 16%. So I realized that there is a lot of scope in this area, and so I started looking for colleges which offer these courses. Then I came across National Insurance Academy, and like I did want to get started with something, like be it MBA. So because my ultimate aim was to get a job, and my dad was also about to retire, so I had to take a call about my future, and that's when I decided to get into National Insurance Academy. And speaking of placements, NI has the record of 100% placements since 2004, and I spoke to a lot of alums from NI, and then I realized this is a good shot and I should go for it.
This has been initiated by Ministry of Finance, Government of India. And of course, it is a national insurance. We have got the tag of national. The reason because initially it was meant for that management development programs for the all executives from these public sector undertakings. But today we are having this MDP program for not only for the public sector, even for the private sector, even the international delegates, they are coming from the different parts of the world. And secondly, this, although we are, this has been run, if you just take a look at our governing board, they all are the members of the public sector undertakings, like all maybe LIC or GIC or New India Assurance Company. You will find that the CEOs are running this particular organization. Our top management is basically from public sector. Main mission of this institute is that, yes, to develop this, insurance sector, and secondly, yes, to prepare the professionals in the field of insurance.
My internship with L&T Infotech as a business analyst, and this was my first time experience of going to a corporate environment and work there. And I was able to put the knowledge that I've gained during my first year at NIA. I got the project which was quite technical and a framework related project. So I asked my mentor to give me an additional project which was related to InsurTech, because I wanted to do something which is related to the current market scenario also, right? So yeah, both of my projects went really well, and which helped me to build the foundation for my placement process also.
Speaking about placements, we have a compulsory summer internship in the month of May and June, for which the recruiters start coming right from September onwards. So the prominent recruiters which come are Tata AIG, HDFC Ergo, Bajaj Allianz Life, and some of the brokers like Marsh India, Mahindra Insurance Brokers, Policy Bazaar, and so on. So after the students complete their summer placements, like I personally interned at Tata AIG, And after assessing the students for 2 months, the companies decide whether they want to offer a pre-placement offer to the students or not. And then we have the final placement season, which begins in the month of September, which happens in 2-3 stages. Like we have the privilege days and then the 0 day. So privilege days is for those companies which offer higher CTCs and better roles and all. And then comes the 0 day, which is our usual placements at as how we see in different colleges across India. Every year we have seen this trend that around 30% of the students get pre-placement offers, and the rest of the batch gets placed during these privilege days and the 0 day.
So in the last 2-3 years, nearly 74% of this foreign direct investment is already been pumped in, and we can see that sea change in the total this thing, and lot of private players are also coming over here. Or we at NI look in a very different angle, that our students are getting a lot of opportunities, and of course it is a challenge for us also to make or to prepare our students as per the industry need, and that is what we are trying. Now these profiles of this has been also been changing. Earlier it was like a very traditional way of running an insurance business, but thanks to this AI and this insurtech that activities, where now we need to prepare groom the students in a very different manner.
I got placed in Mahindra Insurance Broker, which is one of the leading insurance broker in India right now. And the placement process was like as follows. We had a GD round a day prior to the final interview round, and it was a quite hectic day for us because already other companies' rounds were also going on. We had this GD round around 8 in the evening. The shortlisting came at night around 10:30, and we were like really excited, like finally we got selected. There were around 50 students who participated in the first round, and around 25 students got selected for the second round. And the next day we had our interview round, and the questions were asked like, tell me about yourself, what are the co-curricular activities you were involved in the college, what kind of internship you had done, and how it has bring some of the changes in you. Are you open to traveling, because I'm into a broking firm, and how good I'm in communication. All these things they have looked upon. And finally, after the last question, one of the panelists stood up and shook hands with me like, congratulations. And I was pretty sure that I might get selected in the process.
So earlier, yes, there was a trend that mostly the students used to prefer to go to the general insurance sector. But nowadays you'll find that yes, more or less the students like to go to the insurance sector, also that life insurance also. And secondly, yes, that IT sector, that many of the students who join NIA, they're having the background from engineering sector, but yes, they prefer to go to this IT sector. So now this profile of the students who are joining the organization, a company like Tata AIG, or maybe this Mahindra Brokers or Bajaj Alliance, and there are so many other IT companies. What you will find that they are in need of such a professional who can help them right from the day first of the joining, and we are preparing them right from the beginning.
Talking about the average placements, like I already mentioned, before the 2020-2022 batch, the average stood around 8 lakhs per annum. Then last year we saw the average being shot up to 10.3 lakhs per annum. This year the average went up to 12.5. One thing unique about this year's placements is our median CTC stands higher than the average. It is 13 lakhs per annum. Prime recruiters of NI, they took the students in large numbers. So we had 18 students being placed in Bajaj Allianz Life Insurance and 16 students being placed in Mahindra, her company. So the highest placements this year stood at 18 lakhs per annum. Talking about international placements, last year we had record international placements with 8 students being placed in Middle East insurance companies, with the highest being 29.5 lakhs. You already met a couple of them last year when you had come to the campus. So this year, like I already mentioned about the unprecedented situation, so we couldn't actually invite the international companies because we didn't have students to offer. So personally, I don't find merit in the fact that Placecom members get the highest packages. You already met Kakoli. She is our placement topper and she is not a part of Placecom. So the college provides equal opportunities for every student here, and it all depends on how you present yourself as a candidate in front of the recruiters. So that's what matters the most. Speaking about my placements, I am placed in HDFC Ergo General Insurance Company, and the role hasn't been specified yet, but I am most likely to be put into casualty and specialty lines. So I will be joining the Mumbai office from April 2023.
So NIA not only enhances your insurance and risk management thing, but also your managerial skills. We have around 13 to 14 committees like Manthan, Insurance Summit, Cultural Committee, Admission Committee. And apart from this, we have different kinds of national level competitions. In those competitions, we get problem statement and how you can give a solution to the industry. So these are some of the various important things our college does and invest on us.
So my suggestion to those students who are aspiring for a good MBA program or particularly for the insurance sector, I will advise them just go through the records of it and they will surely like to over here. They can interact with our students and they can collect more information. So I think I will really welcome to those students who wishes to make their a very meaningful career.
So my advice to the youngsters who are looking to join the academy would be, if you want to enter the insurance industry, this is the best place where you can go. Like, we have faculties who are industry experts who have worked in the industry for 20-30 years, and thereafter they are sharing their experiences here to us. After gaining all this experience and learnings that we get from NIA, if we join the industry, it is always going to be a plus point for us in whichever line of business that we enter into. My advice for all the students who are looking forward to enter the insurance industry would be to join NIA if you want to have a prosperous career in insurance sector.